What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the CuzNCiseal Show. I'm your host, CuzNCiseal, aka Mike Fowler. How are you doing this week? Did you have a good one? Do you have was it your birthday? No. I'm just kidding. It was it was my birthday this week, and obviously thank you for everyone for the birthday wishes and all that fun jazz. And then I'm trying to make sure everything's sounding good, but yeah, it sounds good on my end. But let's just get into it. It's late. It's 11 o'clock at night. So we're going to be obviously late when this comes out, because obviously it's supposed to come out in 50 minutes. But yeah, we'll get into it. And, sorry again for not so much comic reviews this week again, because I just haven't had time. I've just been a busy bee. Busy. What did I play this week? I played some Deathloop. It is a good game, but it is not a 10. I can at least confirm and say that. Like I said, it would have to, the ending would have to come out of the screen and do things to my body to get a 10 out of it, because it's a good game, but there's a lot of clunk, even in, like, if you wanted to play as Juliana, majority of the time you're in the loading screen waiting to go into a person's game, since obviously Juliana only invades when there's a visionary in the world, so obviously only a certain select map times. So obviously you gotta deal with that. And then it's just okay. It has this weird idea of that people might think it's being innovative, because you can kind of design your way of how do you want to. No, because then you have to also then backtrack through these loops and play them multiple times and try to get these little small snippet cutscenes by going. I went into a map and you guys can follow me on this one. This is for the traveling Frankie, or whatever the guy's name is. And there's one level you have to go up to the Up Dam, which is basically the court yard of this big castle, and also where your apartment suite loft is, with like the LPP that we talked about. So I went into a circle. I did not see anything really in particular besides walking into certain buildings that I've already been in. But then, since I did it with following the mission, then it hit the unlock. Oh, Frankie likes fireworks. We gotta get her blown up. And all that bullshit. So yeah, and then also another reason why it's not a 10, in my opinion, is I made it through a whole day loop. Got the little trophy. I'm still gonna play it, so I'm being hard on it, but I think it's just more because I don't understand how I got a 10. But I was playing the whole loop day. I killed 4 visionaries. I felt good. One of them I killed, like the one that you guys see in the trailer, where it's at that party with the wolf mask. The AI is so stupid that I didn't even, because they were telling me, when you're walking up towards this guy's mission, he goes, listen, this guy's tough. He's one of those really rare visionaries. He's hard. You know where he is, but he's hard to find because he's in a big complex castle. Long story short, I shot somebody so loud, everyone got their attention. And then I played you're not breaking the game, but it's like a very a video game breaking of an idea. All these cronies are behind this wall, and I'm able to double jump / warp up so that they just stand there and I can shoot, fall back down. I shot, the guy came out looking for me on his own during this little group fight, and I just killed him. I didn't even know it was the visionary till he goes, you killed the Visionary. I'm like, oh, you just tell me he was super hard. I was also like looking for clues. Like, did you know this guy likes like chocolate beer? Maybe you can like sabotage the beer and bring him out so that he's easier to kill. No, he came out to me. And then he drops some really cool SMGs that when you kill people, you get life back. So like, but it just like, I don't know, man. It's a good game, but it is not a 10. There's no way it's a perfect 10. But I am going to keep going on it because, it's the new hotness until October. At the end of October, is going to be a good time. And I'm already looking it up. Like, I've been trying Jedi Mind Trick to get at least Demon Slayer in our house somehow. I've been using my stepson as the magician hand because I tell my girlfriend Jess, well, yeah, Demon Slayer, and we both love Demon Slayer. But we can do, and then just so you know, also, if we put all of our, pay it up front, we get $10 back from GameStop, blah, blah, blah. And I've been just, trying to figure that out. And then also I have the same day, which maybe I'm wrong on this one. I think it's a week difference. I think Demon Slayer comes out the 15th. And then Guardians of the Galaxies comes out 26th. And I just put a little bit more money. I'm going to get that too. Well, that one's definitely going to be, I'm trying to pay that so I get it, the same day. I'm interested in it. I think like even today, I had a little bit of cash on my PSN and I looked at Avengers for a quick moment. I'm like, man, do I want to try to get into the Avengers? But honestly, I don't think I'm going to keep away from that and then see how they do it in the single player. And, even with the news of this week, apparently, they're those guys are busy bees over at Crystal Dynamic anyway. But we'll get into that. And then another thing I got to play was I played just started it, and I just finished the first mission, like the first 2 missions of it. But the Death Stranding director's cut came out. And I am also, obviously, I think we've talked about it. I never finished it. But $10 for a PS5, quote unquote, upgraded version. And I'm here to tell you, it looks real good. And then there's a trick, apparently Digital Foundries have learned, that maybe I'm wrong with my setup, but also I feel it feels good on my TV. But if you play in the widescreen version of the game, so you get 2 black bars if you can handle that, which I can, because it just feels, for the game is just for scenery, obviously, you know what I mean? It works. You can do widescreen, that then you can have quality on and you still get 60 frames, but also the high fidelities. And I have to, it looks great. And like, Digital Foundry said the only time that they saw like a hiccup for frames, because it's not as stable, quote unquote, how it works, is only during cutscenes. So obviously when you're in a cutscene, if it drops, it's not like you're playing or anything. So it could be just a fraction of a time limit, and you're still around the 59 to 58 frames. So, but it looks good. There's no way to lie that, this doesn't look like a good game. There are some shots in this PS5 one. I thought it was in PS4, but now you can see a difference. There are some shots that this game has of of a horizon looking, like you're going to walk that direction and you can go up that mountain, that look like it looks really real. And I know that's a cheesy thing to say in this day and age, but it looks so high quality. And like the idea of like, it was, and $10, it's hard to say no. Even though I've had the disc of Death Stranding collecting dust since Christmas. So you know what I'm saying? Like that idea. But I'm going to try to push through it, and it's hard to juggle at least even 2 games. Look at that. I was high on Destiny's Hog a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been able to touch it. I'm not saying it's bad. I just haven't had time. And Deathloop, I feel there's a end, there's a finish line. That's why I want to beat that one, and then Death Stranding is now my second finish line that I want to finish, then get back into like the ongoing series of games of like Destinies, or even, who knows, maybe Fortnite will come back onto the old PS5 after this. But yeah, it was I think that's about it for me for video game playing. But let's get into some of the gaming news. Apparently, Quantic Dream is working on a and Star Wars game. And just long story short, it has not been a Quantic Dream confirmed thing, but a DualShockers journalist has brought it up, like brought the attention up to make the article. It said something about like using clues by Quantic Dream, liked a Star Wars tweet, or somebody talking about Quantic Dream doing a Star Wars tweet, liked it, and then they backtracked the like, and it's been gone. And then like other insiders have kind of definitely said, yes, the cat's kind of coming out of the bag. Quantic Dream is working on a Star Wars game. And my first thoughts were that I think that's a pretty good team to be doing a Star Wars game, in the sense of getting us it could be like a Star Wars story that's not, which again might not sell, but they are definitely probably more, we're going to focus on the bounty hunter side of the spectrum. No Force, well, maybe some Force, but like no, like Jedis are definitely not going to be the main conversation piece of the Quantic Dream Star Wars. I could be wrong, but they definitely, because of the bounty hunters in Star Wars, can definitely go either good or bad, which then gives you the decisions that they're famous for. You know what I'm saying? So, the other big elephant in the room is, what I'm more surprised that Lucasfilms gave the green light to David Cage with all his allegations and all the other his background of being a little, and Quantic Dream's little I forgot the last, I can't remember everything, but like they had some possible bad workplace environments at Quantic Dream, and I'm more surprised Lucasfilm goes, okay, you can still get it, have one of the biggest IPs in the world. But to be honest, like, I'm just more saying as a fan, because I like Detroit. I'm a big fan of Heavy Rain, and then Beyond Two Souls is definitely a not so high on the rankings for me. But I think they of course have a great way of making those type of games, so I think it could work. And then but yeah, right now it is a speculation that is turning into the worst kept secret stands of it. There's, of course, I have no room to understand about, but I'm not 100% sure about, do you can't really, I don't think they cancel Quantic Dream over some stuff. Maybe David Cage, but also, like, this is definitely going to be, I think this is going to be not third party. It was going to be It is third party. It's going to be definitely a game that's going to come to both consoles, I feel. I don't think PlayStation's going to really claim an exclusive from them again because of accusations, but I think, you know what I mean? So time will tell. It's still, again, under wraps, but all the insiders are agreeing it's real. But yeah, then of course, I didn't get the game, but obviously Kenna came out. They had good reviews. Death Stranding, like we talked, is getting good / mixed reviews and all that stuff. But the big thing that happened this week was the Nintendo Direct. Well, obviously I didn't mind this one, and we're gonna probably go through all the games that we usually do, but maybe we'll also skip some stuff just because of how late it is. But first off, they started the show with basically more Monster Hunter Rise content, which apparently is what is it? Basically, Rise is getting their version of Iceborne, but it's called Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It's going to be their next big expansion for the Monster Hunter Rise, which is the Switch exclusive. And it just said it was a teaser trailer showing like a new monster. I'm not sure, I don't know any of the Monster Hunter lore if it's a monster that we should know, but just that it's coming out 2022, summer 2022, so next year. And then it kind of, skipped into Mario Party Superstars, revealing new returning boards like Woody Woods, Yoshi Tropical Star, Horrorland, and minigame only mode with 7 courses. Superstars is releasing October 29th. And then a new game that is going to come to PlayStation also, which I could only because I saw it on their YouTube. Voice of Cards, The Isles of Dragon Roars, a new card game for Square Enix. The Nier creator Yoko Taro and music from Nier composer Teiichi Okabe releases on October 28th, and the demo is out for Switch right now. Disco Elysium, the final cut, is getting their Switch port. The digital version will be releasing on October 12th, with the physical version coming out 2022. Also, I like to, while I'm halfway through, I didn't get to make my own notes like I usually do, so I'm using Iram Khan's fanbite.com version of Case You Missed It. Just more give him a shout out, just more so that it doesn't sound like I'm really. I am literally repeating what he said because he did an absolute great job. But the next after that was the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is finishing out their DLC with new story scenes and full closing to the game's alternative story. New characters can join the fight on October 29th. And then kind of more of a surprise, and I wonder, I don't know, there was no announcement anywhere I saw that's coming to other consoles, but I don't see why it can't come to PlayStation. But Chocobo Racing, a new Chocobo Racing called Chocobo GP is shown for the first time. The game will be available next year. It literally is a Final Fantasy Mario Kart. It looks kind of cute and cool. Obviously, it has more of the cartoony Final Fantasy character versions of said characters. But yeah, and they also teased on October 5th will be the final Super Smash Bros. Character will be revealed, finishing off the DLC for good. And I wonder who it's going to be. Are they going to listen to all the quarrels? Is Waluigi going to be put into Smash, or are they going to keep him out forever? But yeah, we'll continue the direct. Surprise! Kirby and the Forgotten Land is shown for the Switch as a 3D platformer for the first time. It's a real full-blown Kirby game's coming out, and it's scheduled to release next spring, but it's a 3D open world. I don't want to call it Breath of the Wild, but obviously that's how people talk about it. But of Kirby, and honestly, I think it looks cool. The trailer look cool, and I'm just more happy that they're getting some of their more using other characters besides Link and Zelda for everything. Not Link and Zelda, but Mario and Zelda. They also teased the Animal Crossing Direct coming out in October with a trailer of I'm not even sure because I don't play Animal Crossing. But, just had a teaser trailer with this new... It looked like a big library. But yeah. Next was kind of some DLC news and some new game news. Koopa Troopa and Ninja as well as 2 new courses are coming to Super Mario or Mario Golf Super Rush later. It's out now. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition, an updated version of the 3DS game. It's coming. It's either out or it's coming. Star Wars, The Knights of the Old Republic. Not the remake for PlayStation 5, but they are getting the original game ported to the Switch, and it's out November 11th. From Asper, the same guys who are doing the remake and who's been doing all the ports. In November 11th, I wonder if they'll do. I bet money this is going to be definitely going to come to. I think this will come to PlayStation on November 11th as well. So I think that's good. I think that's even. I think even Knights of the Old Republic on a handheld might be top tier versions of how to play that game, even if it's the old turn-based, whatever people want to call it. I think a handheld version of Knights of the Old Republic is going to be clutch this winter. So good on Switch and also good on Asper to push out all these ports. More of a surprise, Dying Light 2 is coming to the Switch in a cloud version. And that's going to come out it's somewhere in 2022, I believe they said. They also said Dying Light Platinum Edition, which is not a cloud version, but a full-blown is coming out on October 19th. But obviously they're going to be working on the Switch one going through to the next year. Because I believe Dying Light 2 for the regular other consoles are coming out this year. But obviously, the Switch is probably very hard to port, but obviously people are pushing. People see, of course, is making money. But I'm just saying the idea of just to know the Switch is getting that kind of third-party support still is kind of profound for this far into the Switch's lifespan. But we'll keep it moving. Triangle Strategy, which appeared to no longer be a project name and is now just the actual name, has gotten a number of changes after the demo from February of this year. The game is going to release now March 4th, 2022, and it was a teaser trailer of just showing some of the updates that they were working on. And then Metroid Dread. And then just more of a bigger hype trailer. It says Catch the Fever. And that it launches out October 8th. So we're very close to Metroid Dread coming out. And then here comes some of the more bigger... Well, I correct how I say that, but Nintendo Switch Online news. Which I think they have the biggest balls of any publisher or company studio. But long story short, there's a new membership for their Switch Online, which can give you Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games this late October. And then the Nintendo 64 games will include 4-player online. So, stick to me what I'm going to say. I believe the list per Tales is Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, which gets you can play online multiplayer with friends of that. Sin and Punishment, and there are I think there's 3 more games. But none of them, one of them was tennis, so I wonder if they'll have an online version of 64 tennis. Who knows? But I can't remember the other 2, but there are not the big ones we're talking about. But they said down the road they're working on Majora's Mask and some other, highlighted 64 games. Oh, Dr. Mario is going to be on it, so I'm missing one game. So, but let's get into that, and then like the Genesis catalog. I don't remember what they have the list on. This list doesn't also have it either, but just coming out late October, and they have the audacity to have. You can go out and pre-order, and also they'll be coming out in October. Genesis and N64 wireless controllers for your Switch. I'm telling you, Nintendo is some of the most out of touch company that you would ever think of. And the nonsense keeps continuing down the road of this direct. But the idea of like, we're gonna make we're gonna have people buy an N64 controller in 2021, and you're gonna like it. Not saying like you're gonna like it, like, or else. Like, what are you gonna do? Quit the Switch? They know people don't quit the Switch, except me. But yeah, I don't know what the pricing is at the moment in time. I have not really looked into it, but again, I don't think it's a fair idea to make people pay for 64 prices for an expansion pack for your Nintendo Switch online, because the Nintendo Switch Online is dog shit. I don't think it's fair. But yeah. Shadowrun Trilogy from Paradox, containing 3 games from the series, is coming to Switch. The off-leaked Castlevania Advance Collection, which is also including Dracula X, is officially announced and is out now. I ain't gonna lie, that Castlevania Advance collection was kind of speaking to me today when I was looking at it on the PSN today. I just think it would be kind of cool to play some of the older style Castlevanias. It looked good. And then Riser Renaissance. He's an HD remaster, which is a Square Enix game, and remake for Switch with a toggle for new and old remake music. It if I had to explain what Riser is, it is like let's say you put Castlevania. It's a Castlevania, but there's also spots when you go on a different map that you're playing like a shmup jet fighter game. It's very weird to tell and like wild, but it's one of those classic games people praise, and if it's out there, it's cool, and it's also on PlayStation 2 that I know. I think the only thing that I can say about the Ackraiser that is also, I saw this for like $30. I'm like, woof. Let's drop that baby down to 20. Maybe we can be talking. Just like you can get the Castlevania collection of 3 Game Boy Advance games, and then Dracula X for $20, and that's a steal compared to this one. But we'll keep it moving. Deltarune Chapter 2 comes to Switch, which also they had like a secret release this week. So Deltarune is it's like either the sequel or the prequel. It's in the Undertale universe. And basically, I'm not 100% sure exactly everything about it, but it has like Undertale, definitely Undertale vibes. I did not finish Undertale. I need to finish that too. Man, I've been slacking. But the idea of it has been a thing that's been on PC for a couple weeks, almost half a year. And when I first saw it, I'm like, man, I hope this comes to, I hope these demos will come to the, consoles, since they pushed Undertale back or over to consoles too, blah, blah, blah. And Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 came out both this week. So it's cool, just to have and check out. They're all free. Go, make sure you go download it now on console of choice. Okay. And then Shigeru Miyamoto comes out for the first time in a long time during the Direct to announce that the Super Mario movie from Illumination will release holiday 2022 with December 21st as the target U.S. release date. And this is where they went into some fuck shit of like they announced the casting for the animated voices for the movie. So, hey, who would you think they'd pick as the voice of Mario? They have a guy who's been running Mario's voice for 25 years. We did, Charles Marionette. He could be also, granted, he might not sell tickets, but I think Mario himself will sell tickets, period. But, who could maybe close to get to the plumber's voice? The little, wahoo, let's go, and all that stuff. Who could be it if they're not going to pick Charles Marionette? Oh, they have Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, the voice of the guy from the Lego movie, being the voice of Mario. And according to Miyamoto, Mario is talking a lot in the movie. Well, no shit. But the idea of having Chris Pratt, I know Chris Pratt has real life plumber political views, but I don't think this is too close to nail on the head to have Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario when you have there's a lot more options. But I digress, and we'll keep it moving. And then Anya Taylor-Joy, she's been obviously everywhere. I even rub on the movies that she's rougher, and she's Magic and New Mutants. But what got her this year was she was the star of Queen's Gambit off Netflix. But she's been everywhere since. She's gonna be Princess Peach's voice. Okay, I can handle that. This is another weird little swerve, but it only because you're used to the video game thing. I'm used to the voices for 20 some odd years as Charles Marionette. But Charlie Day, the illiterate gentleman from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's not really illiterate, but his character is. He will be Luigi. And Bowser, who again will be Jack Black. Keegan-Michael Kay will be Toad. And then Seth Rogen will be Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong will be in the thing. And then they rub it into Charles's face about him being the original Mario video game voice. He'll be in the movie as a surprise cameos. So he's going to be other, random people who he's probably been. So I'm bet money I think he does Wario. I wonder if Wario is going to be on there. This doesn't also show that, what is it? Fred Armisen is going to be Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong is going to be in it. I want to say, I could be wrong on the picture, but even I think the the motorcycle game of Nintendo that's from the original Nintendo, Spike, or the biker is in the movie too. So I'm really curious of what path this is going to and stuff. But Miyamoto also reiterates that Nintendo and Illumination have been, including himself, have been collaborating heavily on the movie. So, that's that. So, we'll see. I really can't wait for the first trailer, because I'd like to hear, I need to hear Mario's voice, or at least how Chris Pratt is going to insinuate his voice. It's going to be very interesting, and I can't wait for next year to see the first trailer. Next, after that little fuck shit, Splatoon 3, new trailer, first showing since February. This time we bit more of a single-player game, which seems to have more of a sense of place than the previous 2 titles' single-player campaign did. The end of the trailer shows the Inkling turning into a mammal and finishing with the words, "Return of the Mammal Aliens," which appears to be the name of the story. And then they had the producer come out for Splatoon, including he's a squid researcher, and showing the new city hub called Splatvilles. Still no date beyond just coming out next year. Also, which he didn't, Enron didn't put, the mammal thing is because the producer said mammals have been extinct in the Splatoon universe for years. So that's where the mystery and like why is the mammals coming back? And that's where the story mode gets. And then it ends with, I believe it ends. Let me double check. Oh yeah. It ends finally with, Bayonetta 3 finally is shown for the first time in a trailer that represents multiple Platinum game titles as fake outs. Bayonetta herself is shown fighting large monsters with new hairstyle of twin pigtails and somewhat adjusted outfit. This time, it looks like the demons she summons from hell are somewhat controllable. It finishes... I never played Bayonetta 2, so I don't know exactly, about these features. But it finishes with 2022 date, and a mysterious short-haired sword woman was teased. But that was it. And I know this is very different from what we usually do. Kind of. Just because I've been following another man's speech about it. It was kind of mid. Very lackluster compared to other ones. I think there's been better indie titles been highlighted. Maybe it's during those Indie World Nintendo sponsored ones. I think there's been better, even just directs that said they're going to be Smash centric or something else that just, but yeah, it just felt a little mid. But yeah, that's basically it. And then, and basically also one thing I wanted to talk about, not talk about, but just more state, apparently this week in comics, Steve Ditko and Stan Lee's families, I believe there's one more artist or whatever you want to say it, another creator of this bunch, are suing for the copyrights of Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and other Marvel characters. And then they're being sued by Disney. Long story short, it is basically the Marvel version of the thing that happened with Superman a couple, years back. The family of the creator is suing the big guy for basically some money, which, to be fair, it is fair. I am also trying to stay in a step back, not because I care about fucking Disney, but the idea of I'm not 100% sure on all the information. But long story short, it will involve, they are trying to get the rights to these said characters. So if, how would I word it? Articles made it sound like if they win, there could be a possibility of no more Spider-Man, no more Doctor Strange, no more all these great Marvel characters if they win. But I think it actually, it could happen. I think that's partially part of the possibilities. But I think it involves, Disney loses the rights and they don't get the real say so. It would be the Ditko, Stan Lee families making the decisions. I just judging by the Superman lawsuit, Warner Brothers won that. They ended up, the Siegel family gets, representation in all the movies since blah, 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 whenever they got the claims That's why we see the Siegel family, even in comics, saying thank you for the Siegel family for the Superman, blah, blah, blah. They also get a little... At first, the lawsuit said it was like $20,000 a year. And like medical... they had insurance throughout the wazoo until Kingdom Come. But I've also heard that price, $20,000, has raised over the years. So don't think I'm saying they're getting pennies now. They might be getting... How would I word it? I'm not 100% sure how much they're making. But they're making some money. I want the families to get something. But I am not 100% sure what is their... I need to see what their counter argument is to asking for this money. But also, I think the Ditko and the other gentleman, I can't remember his name, who's part of this lawsuit, probably have some real say about this, because Stan Lee kind of took the shine and took the fame of like making all these characters, not kind of helping say, oh yeah, Ditko helped me too and all this shit. And obviously, look, we've Stan Lee even done cameos. That had to be part of, like, if anything, that might be the chink in the armor for their lawsuit, because, well, Stan Lee's family took really a lot more benefits off of it because they were in movies, blah, 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 blah. I just more wanted to say it started. It's been going on for even multiple years, apparently, but this is the first one because the copyrights are coming close to the end of their copyright dates. It's scary only because of, even as a PlayStation fan, if they lose, like 2023 is like the date that the copyright happens. Does that mean if let's say they win, they want to stop all the copyrights? Does that mean they stop Spider-Man 2? You know what I'm saying? That idea. I'm like, oof. Little freaky times of how the articles are bringing up this situation. But we'll obviously hear, I'll probably see more about all that coming down the road. But yeah, that's basically it for the show. This week's hot picks. Movies. I'm going to say it's watch Doom Patrol on HBO Max, because why not? And then also, just because of I've heard good things, and also Delvin said, check out that Squid Game on Netflix. He said it was good, and he's been liking the show. And I also just saw another gentleman on TikTok say good things. He said the one thing that sucks is that the English dub is a little off-putting. And then also I'm going to say, watch that Star Wars Visions. I've only heard good praise of that show on Disney Plus. But yeah, for comics, we're going to do a quick look through. Aftershock, there's a issue 1 called 10 Years of Death. And then where's the next part? We're going to go into Boom. And I see Firefly River Run, issue 1. And we're going to go down to Dark Horse, Children of the Plague, issue 1. And then also Stranger Things, The Tomb of Yibin. So a new Stranger Things Dark Horse run is starting. Good time, because also I know I could get into Netflix like streaming little fan fest they did, like they said, like, The Witcher's already got greenlit for season 3 and all that shit, and like another anime movie. And they also showed Stranger Things 4, like kind of like the forgot the kids' names, but the Dustin and the black kid and the bread-headed chick, and then Steve. You're doing like Ghostbusters or like Paranormal Activity shit in this one house. It looked really cool, but that's down the road. But yeah. For DC, Deathstroke Incorporated, issue 1. So a new Deathstroke series. And just double checking. Okay, and then I'm going to keep it rolling because we got to get down to Marvel on this little thing. Listen, this has been a hot mess show this week. Oh, there's going to be a Transformers Halloween special issue 1 this week. Image does not have a new issue 1. So let's keep it moving. Mad Cave, nothing. Marvel. Where is it? I just saw it. The final ending of Extreme Carnage, which is, again, this issue 8, so it's not fair to say, but it is issue 1. Dark Carnage Omega, and then Darkhold Alpha 1. Darkhold. So I wonder if that's I wonder what that is. Inferno, number 1 of just a 4-issue miniseries. And then there was Scout. Scout Comics has Corset issue 1 and Night of the Cadillacs issue 1. 1 of 2. There's only 2 issues of that. And then for music, it's called Vampire. Oh, my bad. We gotta get through Vault just to double check. Vault Comics has Human Remains issue 1. But back to music. Let me find it real quick. It is called Vampire. And it's from Payday featuring Danny Brown. But yeah, that's it. And then hopefully you guys can please, I know it's been, I don't know if you know who's listening or if they're not on Twitter, but please follow me on @MikeFowler93. Tell a friend, all that fun jazz. And then, like we say every week, I'll catch you next week. You guys be good to each other, and peace.